It's 5:45 p.m., which means it's time for BCTV's Nightly News Roundup. I'm tonight's host, Roland Boyden, and this is 5:45 Live. Tonight, who's on trial for murder? What will happen to John Leisenring's favorite booth? Why Brattleboro equals Bahamas, where we'll be walking the talk and gallery walk. When to watch flamenco in a fish tank, and more all that in 15 minutes. So stick around.
All rise, please. Vermont Superior Court, Wyndham Criminal Division is now in session. The Honorable David Suntech presiding.
Defendant waives the reading of the charges in the 24-hour rule, waives the advice of rights under Rule 5, and he's not guilty of all charges.
I just need one moment based on what you had just, the inquiry you had from last minute.
Welcome back to 5:45 Live. That's footage off our headlining story. Friday, the body of 31-year-old Bellows Falls resident Melissa Barat was found on the side of the road by a passing motorist driving a quarter-mile from the Dummerston-covered bridge. The victim was pronounced dead upon the arrival of emergency responders, with a gunshot wound to the head reported as the cause of death. 29-year-old Brattleboro resident Frank Carabello and 20-year-old Springfield, Mass. Resident Joshua Marcanda Lopez were arrested in conjunction with the alleged homicide. My senior news correspondent of the highest caliber, Joseph Bushy, was at their arraignment earlier today, where he caught up with the Windham County State's Attorney Tracy Shriver for an informal press conference.
Right. I think it's in the affidavit, but I'm not sure.
And the other thing is, just coincidentally, I had two people working in my house this weekend who explained how someone saw a passing motorist ended up calling the state 911.
That's true.
This guy told me that his boss was flagged down by two pedestrians who were actually found by a passing motorist. Okay, so that's true?
That is true.
All right.
That's true.
Do you know if his parents family attended the hearing today?
They did not. They were notified, but they were not here today.
Thank you.
Sure.
And for more cell phone cinematography from Mr. Bushy, we'll beam it back to Friday when WTSA announced their Bahamas vacation winner at last week's Marinaville at the newly renovated waterfront restaurant.
Drum roll, please. For the winner right now. We are rocking the parking lot out here at the marina. And this person right here, going to the Bahamas. And the Oreo!
And to wrap up the Bushy trifecta, I wanted to rerun last Friday's big-time headliner. Well, the chain continues. Midday Friday, Brattleboro police reset the new multi-million-dollar downtown traffic lights to their former glory. The effect on Main Street's pervasive congestion? See it for yourself.
Earlier today, I heard the local law enforcement out here for a period of time stopping everyone that violated the right turn on red or blocking the intersection. At one point in time, they said there were so many offenders they could not stop them all, and that I believe there were at least 2, if not 3 officers or more working on doing so. So at one point in time, the officer said, at Malfunction Junction, please note for the log, we are now switching the lights to blinking. And I note, it's 5 o'clock, and look at the intersection with the lights on blinking. What do you see? 5 o'clock Friday. Look at it. Not a car in it.
Pretty amazing. And with that, it's time to hit our calendar. Do I have my animation? I am very good at darts. The calendar is my chance to just reel off all the events, bulletins, and press releases going on. Tomorrow, the Brattleboro Select Board meets at 6:15 in the Brattleboro Select Board room on the second floor of this here very municipal center, 230 Main Street. That's just north of the library. Agenda items for tomorrow include another in a seemingly never-ending series of traffic light updates, a bid award for exterior stonework at the museum, a bid to buy a sidewalk tractor, and more. Complete agendas can be found by clicking the Select Board link on the left sidebar on the town's official website at brattleboro.org. And a note on that, this coming meeting, you'll no longer see Town Finance Director John Leisenring at his usual booth. July's meeting marked his last.
I'd like to take a moment here. This is the last time that we're going to have John Meisingring in our presence. This will be his last official board meeting. I can't thank you enough for what you have done for the community. You came in at one of our darkest times since I've been a resident.
John brought with him a vast experience in municipal government, and his calm demeanor and just patience with having conversations with me on more than one occasion. I just want to thank him for that.
And continuing our calendar, this Wednesday, the Retreat is hosting its annual golf tournament that starts at 11 a.m. at the Brattleboro Country Club on Upper Dummerston Road. And a reminder that this Wednesday's farmers market includes the farm camp scavenger hunt that starts at 10:30 a.m. as always. The Wednesday market runs from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Merchants Bank parking lot across from the post office on Main Street in downtown Brattleboro, complete with all the food, local produce, knickknacks, and more. And this Thursday, the Hooker Dunham hosts the Fish Tank Ensemble. And here's the press release for that, which I spent all morning memorizing. Twilight Music presents California-based world music quartet Fish Tank Ensemble, a dynamic, virtuous, and flurry band playing a high-energy mix of Romanian gypsy jazz, flamenco, Balkan, Turkish, and tango-influenced music. Again, that's at the Hooker Dunham Theater and Gallery on Thursday, August 4th at 7:30 p.m. More on that and all HD events at hookerdunham.org. And we'll just keep the calendar coming. This Friday, we'll be broadcasting live from Main Street downtown during Gallery Walk. That begins at, everybody grab a pen here, 5:45 p.m. right here on Channel 8. We'll have all the usual updates, roundups, shenanigans, and more, except it'll be from downtown and it'll be live. And a reminder that Thursday, our weekend calendar coverage begins when we get down and dirty on all the happenings around town. Once the work week comes to an end. And if we missed your event or you want more coverage than just me getting these bulletins fed to me by Dick Cheney to my earpiece, then email me. Whoa, now let's go back to that for a second. Roland at BrattleboroTV.org. That's ROLAND at BrattleboroTV.org. Send us your info. We'll get your event on, and we may just get a chance to interview you as well. So if you think that sounds like something worth doing, again, ROLAND at BrattleboroTV.org. Gotta love that little graphic there. And with that, it's time for our BCTV Schedule Quick Glance. This Quick Glance is my daily, or showly, I guess, chance to plug what's coming up on BCTV's channels 8 and 10. Do a little shameless plug here. At 7 p.m. tonight, we have the leftist love potion, Democracy Now!, with the endearingly indignant Amy Goodman. And at 10:30 p.m. tonight on Channel 8, we have the latest Independent Lens, which includes a discussion at the Brattleboro Museum and Arts Center, moderated by Ken Schneck, following the advanced screening of the documentary Two Spirits.
Should not for a second forget that we are extraordinarily spoiled and privileged, that we are in a community right now that would screen a movie like this. And we must acknowledge that this is not, movie screenings like this are not the reality. I'm not even talking about for half the country, for the vast majority of this country. So I think that we should be empowered by how privileged and spoiled we are, truly, in a good way, but know that this is not, most vast majority of Americans do not have this opportunity.
And over on our government and education sister channel, 2 spots up the dial, on Channel 10, we have the Vernon Select Board meeting broadcast live at 6:30 p.m. tonight, and tomorrow at 6:15 p.m., as we talked about, on Channel 10, we'll have the live broadcast of the Brattleboro Select Board. And finally, a reminder that you can catch the rebroadcast of the dynamic and ever-entertaining 5:45 Live following mornings at 9:15 a.m. on Channel 10. And as always, you can find our complete schedule for both channels updated to the minute, along with live streaming and video on demand for all local programming. That's all at BrattleboroTV.org. All right, everybody, that's a full lid. But before you switch over to At Home with Carlton Barney, remember, we'll be back Wednesday with the breakdown of tomorrow night's Select Board meeting, more on our coming Gallery Walk remote rampage We'll take the team out on the river and more for 545 Live and BC TV. I'm Roland Boyden saying good night, everybody.